looks like we have a good group of people that have arrived, and I think we're ready to start. So first, we're going to have a session that's pretty crammed with information today, and we hope what we bring to you is not only information, but also resources that you may or may not be aware of. And so this topic of this webinar is why and how scan data is changing the small retailers' tech needs. Historically, there's been a lot of issues around adopting scan data for small retailers, so we wanted to share some of the changes in the industry and then do a quick demo to hopefully relieve some of the worries people have around adopting these programs, which can be time consuming. So Vladimir, do you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everybody. My name is Vladimir, and I'm in charge of business development and also sales here at Petrosoft. Over a decade, Petrosoft has been providing client-centric and data-driven key retail operations solution. And through those years, we've been also actively participating in different type of nonprofit organization for standards within the United States, like Connexus. And that's all to deliver a truly customer-centric solution to operate and manage your retail locations at the brick and mortar. Melanie?
My name is Melanie, and I'm on the product marketing side of Petrosoft's house, and so I really work with understanding what we provide to customers and hopefully communicate that to you guys in the best way possible. I've also been involved with Connexus and currently have some vice chair positions with that group and some very active in the industry. Vladimir, can you move forward, please? So today at the end of this presentation, we're going to have just a quick demo of what it looks like if you were going to onboard with a scan data program, how easy it can be, not just on the reporting side, but actually setting up the promos, which tend to be error prone and take a lot of time. So Vladimir, can you advance again, please?
No problem.
Okay, so 3 historical issues of managing scan data. If you've never done this before, then it might just be a concern. So it can be super time consuming to set up all the promotions and then to push them out to your point of sale system. And then also to ensure the reporting's okay. There might be glitches in the reporting. And so that can actually take up a lot of time, which a lot of small retailers, they just don't have the time to do all this. And so it's a little bit overwhelming. Data quality issues. Data quality issues can come up in the front end, like we discussed with promotions, if they're not set up right, if the pricing's wrong. And of course, it can also help or happen on the back end when the reporting's happening. And so a lot of things are changing in the industry to kind of take care of the problems that have occurred in the past. And then poor visibility to all SKUs, understanding which SKUs are involved in a promotion and potentially missing out on them because you just don't see them. And larger companies who have more resources can work around those issues and discover the SKUs that are missing. But for the small retailer, it can be a big challenge. Can you thanks? So 3 things that have changed. So the great thing is more companies, not just more companies in terms of tech companies like Petrosoft, but also manufacturers like Altria are really moving more of their workloads or their functionality to the cloud, which is making it so much easier for people to integrate. So, and it's also a lot less expensive to integrate than it has been in the past. And then APIs, which is, a protocol that lets us exchange data over the internet. And since everyone's moved to the cloud, this has really been a game changer for the industry. And it's also helping to increase data quality. And we'll explain a little bit why that is. And then, of course, one of the hot part or topics of this specific presentation is there's new scan data program requirements, which is now, hopefully we're going to be moving from these really broad offerings to everyone to these very narrow and specific offers that consumers will actually really appreciate. Next slide, please. So the Altria changes that are coming. The first thing we actually wanted to produce or show you guys. So this is, for those of you who don't know, our CEO actually owns, he's a C-store chain owner. And so we're actually going into his account when we're looking at this. So if you happen to be an Altria customer who's engaged in this program, you also have access to this. And if you go under programs, and then you'll see the old program that's going to be discontinued on April 2nd, what you want to do is move to the next tab, which is digital trade. And this is all the information that you'll need for the new program, including some important deadlines. Can you move to the next? Thank you. And then, so these are the resources that I pointed out that I hope you guys will look at. There's a couple slides that we have in this presentation from these resources, but it will give you, ways to calculate your before and after. It'll give you a way to understand. You can just plug in the amount of units you sell, and you can figure out how much you would actually earn so that you know how much you want to invest in upgrading your technology. Next piece. So this is the specific presentation from Altria that I believe every retailer should be looking at because it's very useful. And again, there's calculation formulas in here so you can see, your before and after and how it impacts you.
Melanie, I will take it from here, right? So where we see as a retailer that is onboarding this digital trade program, we see that there is a shift from just producing the data to actually producing the quality data. And incentive structure is now based around the quality of data. So at this point, to participate to digital trade program, also known as DTP, customer can select or choose, a retailer can select and choose their own tier that they'll work with. And as you see right here, the tier 2 is the one that I really want to kind of, pay attention to. And the second item, the requirements that trade program is expecting is availability to have a retailer ATC automatic age validation of plus 21, right? So basically a technology that allows customer retailer with the scanner at the point of purchase for tobacco to be able to make sure that they are eligible of getting this tobacco product. And if we move in a little further to see what kind of incentive are built around it. So regular data, scan data incentive is 5% on per transaction pack sold, right? And then the second part of incentive is where the consistent loyalty ID is involved. So basically, as we see customers are getting interested in the product and starting to move towards this particular product, if we if we capture the loyalty customer at the retail location for past than 9 weeks, instead of getting 3 cents per scan, we are receiving 7 cents per scan again. So it's not only the data, but also making sure that you involve your audience to participate into those new programs for the retailers. Now, as we move on a little further into the different type of incentive, there is in-app advertisement. So this is designed to improve engagement for tobacco users and for Altria Tobacco operating company offers that are provided in application. So retailer can design his own application and provide those types of incentive. And for those, there is 0.6 cents per transaction. Also, there is an email marketing campaign where a retailer can execute their own marketing campaign that is also driven by the loyalty ID that's associated with this campaign. And there is certain incentive that started with that particular offers. Now, another item, which, as you see, quite a significant amount of incentive, this is age verification technology and identity verification. So the way it works is, as a retailer, it's completely up to your choice whether you want to pick Altria supported programs for both, for age validation and identity verification, or you want to go with a proof provider, or you want to pick your own. In either case, Altria dedicates the offering an incentive in amount of, I believe, $4 per the providers of your own choice, and $5 per name for the choice of Altria supported vendors. So basically moving with the already approved and supported vendors by Altria in those two fields are going to provide even another 25% of the larger incentive per name. Moving forward, Melanie, I'll pass it on to you.
Sure, can you go to the next slide, please?
Yeah, of course.
Thanks. So I broke this out a little bit differently. From our point of view too, we look at this as technology sits today, what actual apps are out there on the marketplace, and what you have to adopt as a retailer to kind of meet these. So for the first tier and part of the second tier, really you're just looking for a scan data program to collect and transfer some data and also set it up. And so the idea is, setting up your promotions through scan data and then transferring, if you have a scan data loyalty program, transferring that loyalty ID along. So you may need to upgrade your scan data to a scan data loyalty, but that's the bottom line to that one. And then digital platforms. So, adopting your own app as a retailer, adapting your own email system as a retailer, that's really what we're talking about here in terms of the technology that is going to have to be adopted. Today, of course, Altria will produce a list of vendors that are approved to provide all these different tiered services. And then last, of course, is a POS scanner. Of course, we have to have a way to scan in these IDs and, these loyalty cards. And so that you're going to have some technology enabled at the POS level. Can you move forward, please? And so there's also one-time incentives. Altria is really good about providing incentives to kind of offset the costs of bringing on this technology. And so for tier 2, it's $250, and for tier 3, it's $500. Currently, the date that's in the documentation is May 6th to meet those deadlines. And then again, the Altria has a list of third-party providers that they should be able to provide to retailers for the technology that meets these different tier requirements to enable you guys. Can you move ahead, please? Mm-hmm.
All right, and Melanie, I'll pick it up from here. What I want to talk about, and actually that was one of the important parts of our presentation, is I really want to show you how this all works together, right? And before demonstration, I kind of want to talk about the steps or processes. And this is something that, as Melanie have mentioned, we have deployed in our own retail operations, which, just to give you some statistics, instead of to upload all of the promotions, which is on average about 34 promotions that are going at any given time at the retailer, and we're talking about specifically to Altria promotions. And we had a dedicated person for that that would spend anywhere from, I would say, close to 3 to 4 full business days just to make sure that it's all prepared. And after they were launched, we need to validate that all of those SKUs are participating and every store got the promotion. So it would obviously be an expense, for us as a retail operator. With adapting of this technology, not only we were able to eliminate those 4 days of labor for our product manager, but what we were also able to do, we're able to eliminate the misunderstanding and miscommunication in between of setting up those promotions, because everything comes from trusted source. And we love this initiative by Altria by providing this type of data, because that truly allows our product to be instant on and instantly applicable for the customer. So let's talk a little bit about the process. First off, Petrosoft, the way it all starts with section number 1 right here, which you see. Petrosoft platform sends requests for promotions and updates into the Altria's platform. So we're making a request for the particular retailer that has its own retailer ID, what kind of promotions and specials and offerings are there. As we receive those offers back into Petrosoft Cloud from Altria, we are reviewing and we're giving a chance for operator to ensure that this is what he wants to participate in. And he can do a couple things. He can obviously accept it if everything looks good. He can also alter those promotions. Let's say he doesn't see that particular promotion being fit. He can easily opt out of this promotion or make certain adjustments. And by easy click and tap a customer, and step number 3, as they accept the promotion or make those mild modifications, it all passes down directly to the POS system. So there is no push, pull, control. Everything happens right at the app as you see here fit, and once it all approved, it goes down to the POS system and it engages at the time that it's designed. So we see a lot of operators reviewing those promotions about a week ahead, just to make sure that they are, up to speed when the new month starts and new promotions kick in, because we have to make sure that the stores is up to date, the signs are out, everybody's aware of those promotions, to truly be able to increase the engagement for the tobacco customers or new experienced customers that are walking through your stores. So we understand that this process could also happen way ahead. And let me show you how that's done. As we move further, by the way, the demonstration that I'm going to be showing, it's all available to you as well. If you want to pull out your phone and just scan, if you have an Android phone, Google Play app right here. This QR code is going to take you to the Google Play App Store. Or if you're using an iPhone device, you can Apple device, you can go into the App Store. And the application is called Retail360. This is designed to make it easy for the customer to operate their locations, review the promotions that are coming from different manufacturers, as well as managing their store completely on the go. And let me just pull that over. This is what the application looks like. Sorry, this is what application looks like. Just like you would see it on the phone, this is our Retail360 app. And as there is any feed or news that are coming on board, this is the first thing that you'd notice when you log into the app. You can also move through the app in the form of the feed, and you can review what kind of different stations you have. All of this is demo account, so everything that I'm showing is going to be available for you as you load this application. You can take a look at the vendors that you're working with and kind of review their offering. And where we want to do this is where we want to focus on. This is the actual promotion screen, right? So here is listed all of the promotions from different type of the manufacturers. What we see here is a carton buy down of 25 cents. That is I believe this is a March promotions for Copenhagen. And we can or click into this promotion and accept, take a look and review the promotion. We can accept it, single promotion, or, and as it goes further, you have a list of whole different bunch of other promotions that you can or drill in and accept promotion, basically promotion by promotion, or you can simply, as you're reviewing them, if you want to accept all of them, all you have to do is swipe up, and all of the promotions within this feed are now making its way to the cash register. Now, within just simple clicks, you're capable of reviewing it and then pushing them down to the POS system. This is the system that real world example. This is a system that we implemented in our own stores. Stores are located in Pittsburgh, and our brand name is Market 24. And we have a pretty decent mix of the Sunoco, BP locations, so it's not necessarily unbranded. And with that process, we're able to not only eliminate hours of our operational expense that we would have, but also increase the quality of the promotions and make sure that every participating product is involved. And as sales go on, we don't have to worry about bringing in new product and making sure that they scan middle through the quarter or through participating offer. We can make sure right from the day one that all of the items are participating, and there is not a single product that is not scanned right. And that way we ensure the accountability and producing the quality data for other subscribers of your transactions. Melanie, let's get to you.
Can you move on, please, to the next one?
Absolutely.
Yeah. again, this is just, again, showing Retail360. Retail360, I do want to point out, it's not just for scan data, but it powers our scan data. So if you onboard with Petrosoft, the device you're using to actually manage your scan data is the Retail360 app. Move forward, please. Okay, and then you can find out more. We do have the Market 24 case study that talks about, saving time. And then we also have EJ Pope, which was recently sold, but we actually have a webinar with them that we conducted last year related to the benefit that they received, which wasn't just saving time, but it was also the peace of mind that when they went in and audited the promotions, that they knew they were pretty much guaranteed to be good to go. And then can you move on one more? No, that's fine. So anyways, we will have this webinar for replay, and we'll open up for questions in just a second. If you do need information, you can reach out to info@petrosoftinc.com post this webinar. And again, we'll have this webinar ready for replay probably in the next 48 hours. And so Madeline, do you see any questions currently?
It looks like we have a question.
Okay.
Austin?
Oh, there we go. Okay. Madeline, can you see it?
He's raising his hand.
Okay.
If you can unmute yourself, you can.
Can you unmute him, please?
Yeah, or you're more than welcome to type in the question in the text bar, and we'll be able to address it.
Hello. There you go.
Oh yeah. Hi, I just have one question that I need to ask, and they're important because I use Altria, but I use a different kind of service called Petro Outlet instead of Petrosoft.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering if there were any rebates for Altria, how do I qualify to use them?
So you should actually reach out to your sales rep, because they actually have all the authorized, software companies that'll meet the requirements. We don't necessarily want to just pitch our company. I have not heard of that company, so I'm not sure how they qualify, is the short answer.
I will second Melanie's response. Absolutely. Your Altria rep will know existing supported and certified providers for the rebates. And now there is, as they're making a shift, scan data is not the only item and not the only requirement. Also, it's a digital trade program. There is more separation of what kind of vendors can provide you tier 2, tier 3, incentive software providers.
Does that answer the question?
Yes, I see. Thank you for answering.
No problem. Do we have any other questions?
If we don't have, Melanie, if we don't have a question, I would just encourage you guys to just give it a shot. You can go take your phone, go into the App Store for Google or again for Apple, and just download Retail360. What we really wanted to accomplish with this app is to give you an idea of what's our solution and software looks like, and how it's managing all those different type of offers of our partners. Like an Altria's example would be the offering that they provide quarterly. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. So if there are no other